Hi everyone.
Welcome everyone. We'll give everyone a few minutes to log in and we'll get started in about 2 minutes. So thank you for joining us this morning. We know it's a busy time leading up to Christmas. Definitely silly season. Hi Key, welcome from Gippsland.
Well, thanks for spending your lunch hour with me.
Hi Janice, nice to see you.
And just so you know, David, I had to throw two fan pictures of you in the deck just
Oh,
so it'll be where's Waldo for David. I think there's one of with one of Penny in there too. So
yeah, yeah. Oh, they're the best fan pics, that's for sure.
Mhm.
All right, we'll give it one more minute and we'll get started. Did you want to share your screen, Jonathan?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that.
Excellent. Hi, Leah.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you. All right, well, we might get started. So first of all, hello to everyone. My name is David, and I represent Yosemite and Mariposa County here in Australia. So if you've ever got any questions at all, you come through to me. We've got the lovely Lauren. She's our trade coordinator. She set up the webinar today. So thanks to Lauren for doing that for us.
Hi
And
everyone.
we're very lucky to have the expert for all things Yosemite Mariposa County. He's the CEO and Executive Director of the Yosemite Mariposa County Bureau. And it's a big warm welcome to Jonathan Farrington. Thanks for joining us tonight. It looks like it's sunset there in Yosemite.
It is. It is just passed. So we're in the trailing light in Yosemite Mariposa County. Well, welcome to Yosemite, everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm really been looking forward to spending a few minutes with you. And again, thank you for spending your lunch hour with me today. So I'm just going to get started here. So my name is Jonathan again, and I'm a California native. I've lived in the Yosemite region for about 30 years, so I do consider myself to be a destination expert for the region and all things Yosemite and California as well. So today we're going to cover three areas for you for Yosemite Mariposa County Tourism Bureau. We're going to talk about, just get sharing here. We're going to talk about the entrances and exits into Yosemite and the major lodging that lies on those key entrances. And then we're going to go into an itinerary that would be 3 nights and 2 days, 2 days in Yosemite National Park. And through that itinerary, I'm going to cover all the major areas of Yosemite that your guests would want to visit during their time there. So jumping right in, Yosemite is in Mariposa County is in the center of California. We are right in the middle of all the major markets, and typically most California destination holidays are going to include San Francisco and Los Angeles with Yosemite in the middle. Sometimes those itineraries include Las Vegas, in which case people would include those major cities, come through Yosemite, and seasonally would go on to Las Vegas. Or if they're doing a larger Golden Triangle tour, that might include Nevada, Utah, and Arizona. So you can see our distances from all the major drive markets. We do measure drive distances in time versus kilometers or miles, simply because driving through, especially the populated areas, can take more time versus going through an alarm going off, more time versus miles. So located in the center of California is Mariposa County. We're over 6,000 kilometers in size, but we only have 17,000 residents. So most of our land mass is either national forest, national park, or public lands. Even with just 17,000 residents, we get over 4 million visitors annually to Yosemite National Park. So we have over 2,200 kilometers of hiking trails, and we just have big stuff. We have the biggest waterfalls, biggest trees, and El Capitan is the largest granite monolith in the world. And then we're known for our gold mining history and the California Gold Rush, and our industries are cattle ranching, agriculture, and mining. So like Rome, all roads lead to Yosemite Valley, and I'm going to discuss the 4 entrances and exits into Yosemite, along with the lodging that you're going to find within those areas. But starting in Yosemite Valley itself, you have 3 primary lodging options: the historic Ahwahnee Hotel, Yosemite Valley Lodge, and then Camp Curry, which is the historic property. The Ahwahnee Hotel was built in 1924, and it was built to attract America's elite and wealthy folks to come to Yosemite, to enjoy the park, and open up their pocketbooks and wallets to provide money to expand the national park. Within the Ahwahnee Hotel, you're going to find the Ahwahnee dining room. The dining room is 100 meters long. It's 30 meters wide. It has 13-meter ceilings. It seats over 300. Although the Ahwahnee Hotel is an upscale and expensive experience, the dining room is open and the public spaces are open to anybody that wants to visit. And so one of my pro tips would be, have your guests, if they're not staying at the Ahwahnee Hotel, get into the park early and go for breakfast. That's my favorite meal to enjoy when it's bright and sunny out. The views of the valley and the waterfalls are just amazing. They don't serve lunch. Lunch is served in the bar. You can have drinks at the Ahwahnee in the afternoon, which is lovely, or go for a nightcap in the great room and the great public areas at the Ahwahnee Hotel. Yosemite Valley Lodge is over 240 rooms, and it serves as the transportation hub for Yosemite Valley. It also has retail, primary dining areas, including the Mountain Room, which is one of my favorite dinner restaurants. It's got a great menu, and it's a great place for guests to go and enjoy. Then Curry Village, which has over 400 canvas tent cabins. It has dining areas, the mountaineering center, grocery, interpretive centers, and it also has amphitheaters. It's really a hub with, again, over 440 canvas tent cabins. They also have motel lodging, as well as historic cabins with and without baths. Leaving the valley and going to Highway 140. Highway 140 is known as the all-weather highway. It is open, again, year-round. It has the lowest elevation and is the easiest to get into Yosemite Valley. It also has much of the lodging that you're going to find for serving Yosemite on that route. Some of the properties that I'll just mention today we'll go through include Yosemite Valley Lodge. Yosemite Valley Lodge is probably a hotel, if you're booking Yosemite in the region, you use now. It's over 300 rooms. All the rooms have kitchenettes and fireplaces that are spacious, and most of them have views of the Merced River. It also has a lot of, it has multiple swimming pools, outdoor recreation areas, big game rooms, retail, and both a pizza and regular restaurant on site. It is a solid 3-diamond property, and its sister property, only a couple of kilometers down Highway 140, is Cedar Lodge with over 200 rooms, very similar with large rooms, kitchenettes, fireplaces, on-site dining, and amenities. This one is more commercial. It's a little bit more reasonable, but both of these properties have the closest proximity to Yosemite Valley without staying in the park. For a bohemian feel, we have the Yosemite Bug Mountain Resort. It's also a hostel. And this is a great place for really young kind of campers, people that are going to be climbing and enjoying something that's just rustic with good vegan and vegetarian dining. One of our newer properties is AutoCamp Yosemite. AutoCamp is an upscale Airstream glamping operation. This has 102 units, mostly the Airstream travel trailers on a large spacious property. The Airstreams are known as luxury land yachts. They have a king bed as well as a jackknife queen, and the bathrooms are more traditional hotel style with tile and marble versus what you normally find in a caravan and RV. And then the public space is a mid-century modern, kind of a Frank Lloyd Wright style, really warm, gracious feeling area where they serve drinks and coffee. There's snacks and retail. There is no restaurant on site, so most guests go to the town of Mariposa for dining. We're going to then move to the southern entrance, or the Highway 41 entrance into Yosemite National Park. And along the Highway 41 south entrance, the primary property on this route is Tenaya at Yosemite. This is the largest four-diamond resort in the Yosemite region, and it offers three different types of lodging units. Its main lodge has 4 restaurants, along with many amenities. It's got great kids and adventure programs, along with its dining areas. They just recently completed an $8 million US renovation of all of their guest rooms. So here's 2 photos of their king as well as their double queen rooms. All of the rooms at this property have double queens or king bedded rooms, in addition to Ascent Spa, which is a 14 treatment room, really large, wonderful spa. It has big relaxation rooms with steam, changing areas, and there's both men's, women's, and co-ed relaxation rooms along with a large gym. Tenaya also has multiple pools, including a large indoor pool. The next product they offer is the cottages at Tenaya. There's 60 triplex rooms, and these triplexes include 3 different room combinations, or the entire building for larger families, which would be a king, a double queen, or upstairs is a king queen suite. And then most recently, the Explorer cabins at Tenaya. These are 50 large 2-bedroom units. They're modular units. They've been there since 2018. Half the rooms are a king queen, and half the rooms are a king with a twin double bunk bed option. And we had to throw something in of David, and this is the Sugar Pine Railroad and one of our fun Australian fan trips that we did recently. Moving inside of Yosemite National Park, you have the Redwoods in Yosemite. This is 125 private homes that are rated at bronze, silver, gold, or platinum. And these properties or these homes are available in a hotel environment. They have a proper front desk and concierge service, 24-hour maintenance, and other service. These lodging units and homes are easy to find through your GDS channels. They generally do require a 2 to 3 night minimum stay during the summertime. The historic Wawona Hotel, which was built in the 1890s, is actually unfortunately temporarily closed right now. They were doing some maintenance and discovered some kind of severe areas that need attention. And so the property is temporarily closed and should reopen in the near future. Inside of Yosemite also is Yosemite West. Here you're going to find 110 private homes similar to the Redwoods with quality levels that are also available through GDS channels. These are great options if you want your guests to stay in the park that are going to stay for longer periods and want to enjoy being able to make meals in their own residence. Moving over to the Highway 120 entrance, and this entrance would be the entrance if you were coming from San Francisco or from Sacramento area. And there's a number of lodging options on this side, most of them commercial, but there is the Blackberry Inn, which is a 4-diamond bed and breakfast. It has lovely Victorian style rooms and as you would expect, a wonderful traditional breakfast in the morning, warm cookies on arrival, and just a beautiful environment around equestrian areas and a short drive to Yosemite Valley. The Westgate Lodge has about 90 rooms. It has more of a commercial style, but very, very lovely rooms. It's a good place for a 1-night or 2-night stay. With good grounds, and then a lovely restaurant, the Lucky Buck, which is at Buck Meadows Lodge adjacent to the Westgate, and they have a number of lovely cabins there as well. So moving to the seasonal entrance and exit to Yosemite National Park is Tioga Pass. Tioga Pass is the highest pass in California that goes from west to east or east to west, other than the Mojave through Bakersfield area or Lake Tahoe. Tioga Pass is generally open from May until November. At over 3,000 meters of elevation, it has stunning vistas and areas to stop and visit along the way, including Olmsted Point, which has a reverse view down the Yosemite Valley and Half Dome, the jewel of the Sierra Nevada, which is Tenaya Lake. And then as you exit the park and go to the east side towards Mammoth and Mammoth Lakes, you're going to find Mono Lake and the Tufa Columns and the beauty of the high desert that you find on the eastern side of California. I always recommend that when guests are visiting Yosemite, that they come in one entrance and try to leave another entrance exit. So I'm going to quickly go through a 2-day, 3-night itinerary. 2 days, 3 nights. Does that make sense? Well, it does, in the fact that you're going to drive anywhere from 3 to 5 hours to get to the region, and you want to enjoy the Western and the gold rush history that you're going to find in the towns around Mariposa County. So it's really worth exploring some of these fun towns like Mariposa, which was established in 1850 during the gold rush. And it has fantastic bars and historic buildings and places to visit. Coulterville is where John Muir, the naturalist that is known for Yosemite, traveled through. And you're going to find these lovely buildings and old historic buildings and see some of the Chinese and other immigrant influence. Hornitos had over 10,000 residents during the 1850s, more residents than San Francisco. And today it only has 26 residents. So it's almost a ghost town. But going through these small towns is really worth taking the side roads and entrances as you visit and explore the region, like Fish Camp, which is near Tenaya Lodge, and then Foresta, which is on the Highway 120 entrance into Yosemite. El Portal has great history, the railroad history adjacent to Yosemite View Lodge, as well as Cedar Lodge. So the things to do when you're visiting and exploring our areas are the museums. We have our history museum. We have our mining museum, which is a node to the gold rush. And then we also have a new museum dedicated to big wall rock climbing, which of course, Yosemite is the heart and soul of big rock and hard rock climbing for the world. We have great shopping, over 60 restaurants in Mariposa County, over almost 20 just in the town of Mariposa itself. And then there's lots of other lodging options that are spread throughout the region that I didn't mention today. And the real pro tip about lodging is with 4 million visitors coming to Yosemite National Park, only 10%, or about 400,000 of them, are going to be able to sleep inside the park. 90% of visitors are going to stay in a hotel in one of the gateways. Okay, so we're going to go through, and now we'll talk about what does an itinerary look like for the 2 days in Yosemite National Park. And I'm just going to highlight the things that you'd want to see. When coming into Yosemite Valley, the first stop really should be Tunnel View, and you can see Bridal Veil Fall to the right, El Capitan to the left, which is the largest monolith or granite face at over 1,100 meters, and then Half Dome in the distance. One of the things that I really recommend is when people come into Yosemite National Park, don't race for the queue or the parking lot. The parking lot has nothing to offer. There are areas all through the park The drive in and out of the park is about 12 kilometers in and 12 out, and there's parking all along the way. This is an example of my favorite spot. It's Cathedral Beach. It's just a few kilometers into the park, looking up at El Capitan, and just one of the many picnic areas where people can stop and enjoy the sights and sound of Yosemite National Park. Bridalveil Fall, it's definitely worth the stop, and across from there is El Capitan. Yosemite Falls is one of the largest waterfalls on the planet. It has 3 different fall areas, and it's 2,300 feet, or about 800 meters in height. The waterfalls are primarily running through the winter and spring and up until about June or July. Beautiful views of Half Dome, Iwani Hotel. And then towards the end of the valley is called Valley View, and it's a beautiful look up the valley, which is wonderful in the afternoon. And then another pro tip is just using the public transportation. If you are bringing your car into the park, then parking your vehicle and using bike rental, walking tours, or using the free shuttle system. And then there's also YARTS, which is the free, it's a pay but very affordable transportation system that comes in all of the entrances to Yosemite and runs year-round up Highway 140, the all-weather highway. And so many hikes and things to do. This is the mist trail that goes up along Vernal and Nevada Falls. So valley tours can be booked in advance. Biking, rafting, and fishing are popular activities in Yosemite National Park. So you had a great night's sleep, and now you've gotten up and you're ready to start day 2. And you're going to head to Mariposa Grove on the Highway 41 entrance. You're going to spend 2 to 4 hours at this location enjoying the giant sequoias. The grizzly giant is there on the right-hand side of your screen, one of the largest living organisms on the planet. And it's been enjoyed by a few Australians. You'll see Penny from Gate 7 there, and another shot of David enjoying the grizzly giant on another fan trip. The History Center is a short distance away. It really tells about all of the different ethnicities and the people that came here during the gold rush. And talks about what it was like to live here in this area in the 1850s to 1900s. There's also Equestrian Center. The next area you'd want to visit, spend about an hour to 2 hours, is Glacier Point, which is the promontory looking over the national park. And you can see Vernal Falls and Nevada Falls in the foreground and Half Dome in the distance. It's one of my absolute favorite places on the planet. And then Taft Point and Sentinel Dome are walks along the Glacier Point Road. They're side hikes that are absolutely worth taking. And then the Panorama Trail is also one of my favorites, is starting at Glacier Point, and it weaves its way down past Vernal and Nevada Falls into Yosemite Valley. And then enjoying the sunset and watching the stars come out. Yosemite is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. It never closes. You can go in and out of the park anytime that you want and enjoy the park. There's no reason to rush in and out. And evening, watching the stars come out is an absolutely stunning time to enjoy Yosemite. If you look closely at my screen in the very lower left-hand corner of the photo, you're going to see some lights. Those are actually lights of climbers that are on the valley wall. So that's another fun thing you like to do at night after you're done dining, is to go to one of the meadows and turn off the lights and just look up at El Capitan, and you can see all of the climbers up on El Capitan. Other things to do: mountain biking, cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, snowshoeing. We are year-round again, horseback riding, and we have a great golf course. So that is the presentation for a quick overview for Yosemite Mariposa County. I hope that that was helpful. I know it's a lot of information. We'll bring that screen up again, or David is also available, as is the staff at Gate 7, to answer questions. But I'm always available to help with itineraries or helping with trick questions or difficult questions or clients that need a little more attention. So never hesitate to reach out to me if there's something that I can help you with.
Jonathan, thank you so much. That was amazing. I think everyone is dying to get there, as Peter said. Fantastic presentation, loved it. It's definitely not one of those destinations where you just do a day trip from San Francisco, guys. As you can see, at least 2 to 3 nights. You could easily spend a lot more. And there's so many options, from camping to the auto camp to cottages and cabins. Just a couple of quick questions, Jonathan. I often get asked about vehicle registrations, and I know it's not confirmed for next year, but can you maybe just explain a little bit about the vehicle registrations?
So Yosemite National Park has tried 3 pilot programs requiring reservations for vehicles. So you all may be somewhat familiar with it, so I won't go into great detail, other than to say if someone is camping or staying overnight in an accommodation in Yosemite, inside the park, you don't ever need a reservation. We don't know if a reservation system will be implemented in 2025. There actually will be a short one in February because of the Firefall event, but as far as the summer goes, we don't know. And we don't know if a decision will be made before the change in administration. I think once there is a change in presidential administration here, it might be harder for the Park Service to implement that program. But we'll see, and we will communicate it, of course, to you, David and Lauren, and that way we can get that information out to you.
Yeah, and we always update our Facebook travel agent page. So as soon as anything like that comes out, we post it straight away. So always check there for updates, or if you're not sure, you can send me an email as well. Now, Jonathan, some Aussies get a bit nervous driving from San Francisco to Yosemite.
Yes.
What sort of options are there? I know there's a couple of options. Could you maybe explain those?
I'd be happy to. So, if you don't want to drive a personal vehicle, there are a number of great tour companies that do offer. I wouldn't recommend the same day. There are some one-day tours, but you'd be spending 16 hours in a van, and I don't think that would be something you want to do. There are tour companies that offer 1 and 2 and multiple night stays that will drive you from the San Francisco Bay Area to Yosemite and back. But another great option is if you're in San Francisco proper, you can take Amtrak, which is the public train system with bus bridges. So if you were in downtown San Francisco and you booked a round trip, it's as low as $33 per leg each way. You would get on a bus in San Francisco to Emeryville, where you board one of the San Joaquin trains directly to Merced. And then from Merced, you would ride YARTS, or the Yosemite Area Transportation System. The YARTS bus schedule actually dovetails with the Amtrak schedule. So there's virtually no delays. You could leave downtown San Francisco at 7 a.m. in the morning and be in Yosemite Valley by 2 in the afternoon. Or you could take YARTS from Merced 1 hour to Mariposa, stay the night in the historic town or in other lodging, because there are many hotels on Highway 140 that have bus stops for YARTS, including Auto Camp, Yosemite Bug Mountain Resort, and both Cedar and Yosemite View Lodge. So you could, if you thought it would be a long day, you could take that transportation, get to your hotel, and stay the night comfortably and rest, and then ride YARTS the next morning into the park and spend full days in the park, and then return in the late afternoon.
That's good to know. And I'll send through some more options. I know Extranomical Tours even provide a tour if you've booked your own accommodation. So they'll provide the transport to take you there, and you can spend 1, 2, or more nights there, and then they'll bring you back as well. It does include some guided sightseeing. There's another company called Inca Adventures. They have some options. Or Intrepid Travel, I know it's popular with a lot of you. They do a 6-day hiking adventure in Yosemite. So there are lots of options for those that not
Yeah.
comfortable doing the self-drive.
Absolutely. There's great outfitters and day operators as well. So Southern Yosemite Mountain Guides, if people wanted to stay in a nice hotel for a couple of nights, but then wanted to have a backpacking experience and not bring all their kit, they could actually do adventures that way as well.
Now, does anyone have any questions at all? If you do, put your hand up, or if you're not comfortable, you can shoot me a quick email as well, or Lauren. It's just david@gate7.com.au. And if you've got clients going, or if you're going yourself, would love to hear about it. Please reach out, and we would love to assist any way we can.
Well, it's been a pleasure going through the presentation for you. And again, if there's anything that I can ever do for you, please let me know. We also have, so Yosemite.com is our primary website. And on the website, most of your questions, if you go into the search, will probably be answered. If you want top hikes, top things to do, itineraries, you'll find a lot of that on Yosemite.com. You can also find our destination vacation planner, which is easy to download. And that is a super complete guide. And it's a great tool actually for your clients too, if they download that. And then if you have an interest in receiving our travel trade updates, you can send David or Lauren an email. We'll add you to the list. In particular, we do have crisis situations. And so we communicate those out and we communicate them to Gate 7. But if you want to get on a direct connect with us, then we can give you updates if there is a fire in the region, and we can give you the correct information versus maybe what you're hearing through the media that may not be as accurate.
Amazing.
So it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for today.
Jonathan, we appreciate it. I'll send the recording, I'll send a 3-day itinerary and just some of those other options to get to Yosemite National Park. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
I think everyone's enjoyed it. We get lots of comments. Thanks, Jonathan.
Bye.
Thank you. Cheers. See you in February, maybe.
See you then.